Now in 2019 we have seen a few Herpa Wings releases of aircraft model with the new Lufthansa livery, and this time we get an A380. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at an Airbus A380 from Lufthansa. At the front of the box we have a very nice image of the aircraft itself, and on top of the box we find the Lufthansa branding. The image we then find again on the back side of the box, and that's pretty much it, as this is a 2019 release and Herpa Wings has decided to scrap pretty much all of the details there. And here she is, the Airbus A380 in the new livery of Lufthansa. And this is actually already the second model we get from Herpa Wings since scale 1 to 500 of this specific aircraft. Of course, the previous model had the previous Lufthansa livery. Now, with no further ado, let's take a look at some of the many details this aircraft model has to offer. And we start off with the tail section of the aircraft, where we can see a little bit of detailing around the APU exhaust. We of course have the new Lufthansa branding on the vertical stabilizer, and on the fuselage we then find the full registration code of the aircraft and the German flag. At the front of the aircraft we then find along the fuselage the writing of Lufthansa. Underneath that we have the aircraft type specification and the name of the aircraft. In this case the aircraft is named after the city of Munich. At the very front of the aircraft we find the Star Alliance logo, of which Lufthansa is a founding member. Underneath the cockpit windows we then have the Lufthansa logo once again. The cockpit windows themselves aren't that detailed, but we do have the window wipers printed on. But given that this is a 2019 release, I think we could expect of Herpa to add more details by now. The engine nacelles have been kept in all white, just as most of the fuselage, but despite that fact I think they still look pretty decent. And also if we look into the front of the engines we can see the engine fan blades very nicely. Now we should of course also take a look at the absolutely enormous wings the A380-800 have. They were of course originally designed so they could also facilitate an A380-900 version, which of course never materialized. Now at the top side we can see all the different flaps, slats and spoilers carved out very nicely. We also have the markings as to where to walk on the wing. That's very nice indeed. Also the underside of the wings look pretty decent, and even the horizontal stabilizer have been given some markings. So great detailing here from Herpa Wings. Now everything in this aircraft model is of course enormous, so the winglets do seem kind of underwhelming, especially compared to modern day airliners. Now what isn't underwhelming is of course the landing gear. Just the sheer size of that is absolutely mind-blowing, and Herpa has done a really good job at replicating it. The front landing gear also looks pretty decent, but of course again here a few markings here and there would just improve it so much. And then last but not least we also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on here in the backside of the aircraft and here at the front of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Airbus A380 in the new livery of Lufthansa. And what can we say about this model? Well, I think it is a great one. I think the print quality is really good. The physical details are also great. We have a lot of nice detailing around the wings especially, and it is really nice to see the A380 in the new Lufthansa livery. So I would say it's definitely an aircraft worth having in one's collection. Now with that we have reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video then feel free to smash the like button, that would be very much appreciated. If you're new around here, why not hit subscribe, that would be absolutely awesome. And with that I'd like to say thank you so much for watching, hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.